All right, good morning, traders. Today is March 26, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 520.95. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five still in uptrends. SPY, Diamond Dow, QQQ, that'd be the NASDAQ, all made. Lower highs and lower lows closing over the 17 EMAs. FNGU and IWM made inside days, closing above the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMAs. Gold, still in an uptrend, made higher high, higher low, while closing above the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA, while silver, still in an uptrend, printed an inside day, closing between the bullish trap and the rising 17 EMA. USO still in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing inside the bullish trap above the rising 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below the bearish trap and below the 17 EMA. US dollar index now in an uptrend, closed the day around the 104.20 area above the flat 200 SMA. All right, let's go look at some charts. All right, so that's not the one I wanted. Here we go. All right, so here's a daily chart of the SPY. Yellow line, that's my 3 EMA. White line, that's my 8 EMA. Yesterday's price action, you can see right here, it's the colored candle. Lower high, lower low, closing over the trap, over this rising 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend, SPY. All right, QQQ. All right, lower high, lower low, closing over the trap, over a rising 17 EMA. All right, still in an uptrend. Everything's still working for QQQ and SPY. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend. There's Diamond Dow. IWM. IWM has an inside day, meaning a lower high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. There's that uptrend line right there. You can see it's being respected. And we're looking for USO to put in a IWM, put in a J hook and come up here and make a new high. All right, so there's IWM. FNGU. All right, FNGU, this is the 10 components that are heavily weighted within the NASDAQ and the SPY. All right, so that's FNGU. Inside day, lower high, higher low, closing above the bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. FNGU in an uptrend. All of the Fab Five are in daily uptrends. All right, let's take a look at SPY. So where is my pivot for this morning? All right, so it's right up here, 420.95. You can see price action coming up here, kind of tackling that area multiple times yesterday's in the price action. So 520.95 is right up here. So we have a gap that exists right through here, and this is from the gap down yesterday. It never got filled, and of course they're kind of filling it in the pre-market, so we'll see if they come back and refill that in the regular session. So we possibly could gap the gap this morning. So that's SPY, and you can see there is I'll put my my pivot line's about 420.95, right about just underneath that gap, right about there. I can't get it exactly, but it gets close. All right, so right about there. So there's SPY. All right, let's go take a look at daily charts for energy. All right, so here's USO. Okay, USO, you can see we have a trend line right through here. All right, so you can see USO in an uptrend, no question about it. Got the green balls for the 17 EMA. Everything's working out. Drill down here to daily candle for yesterday. Got a higher low, higher high, closing above the bullish trap. Okay, over a rising 17 EMA. That's these green dots right through here. It's the 17 EMA. So you can see here's price action in an uptrend. So USO in an uptrend. Fab 5, all of the Fab 5, all right, in an uptrend. All right, UNG, not in an uptrend, okay? UNG is in a downtrend. See the red dots? All right. And how do we know it's in a downtrend? We keep making lower lows, all right? So we got a lower high here, and then we got a lower low. So UNG in a downtrend, yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap. The bearish trap is because the yellow 3 EMA is below the white 8 EMA, okay? So you can see here's price action coming down. So we got the 3 underneath the 8, bearish trap, price closing below the bearish trap. Bearish trap is below the 17 EMA. So we got ourselves a downtrend in UNG. Everything else pretty much in an uptrend, but not UNG. All right, so let's take a look at precious metals. We'll start off with GLD. All right, so here's GLD, yesterday's price action, prints a higher high and a higher low, closing above the bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. Gold is bullish, all right? Silver closed the day with a higher low and a lower high. So an inside day for silver, closing below the trap, actually between the trap and the rising 17 EMA. So there's silver closing the day between the trap and the rising 17 EMA. That's still bullish, all right? Even though they close the trap down here and they have a little pullback to some minor support, that's completely normal. This is still in an uptrend, all right? As long as we don't break this low right here, I think that's the $22 level right there, all right? As soon as we don't break any low, this low right here, all right? Because that one's still in the trap. But as long as we're not printing lower lows, we're doing good. If we keep printing higher lows, that's a good sign. Silver in an uptrend. Gold in an uptrend. Crude oil, petroleum, USO in an uptrend. All right? All of the Fab 5 in uptrends. All right? Let's take a look at our technicals. Okay, so this is the price action for yesterday, T21.22 for the most part of the market. We were in the chop zone. All right, so then we gapped up into the buy zone, and then we started making lower highs and lower lows. So we found our way, we meandered our way out of the buy zone into the buyer's chop zone. Good thing that I did notice, we didn't make a lower low. So here's our last low, and you can see we're going to probably rip again this morning, so that will make a higher low coming back into the the buy zone up here. That's T21.22. T21.23. All right, here's our 3-bar chart. Okay, gap up in the morning, move over, just kind of bull flag, and then from there they just kind of melt. But notice they never get lower than where they started from the beginning of the day. So that's a nice bull flag, even though it just melted all day. It didn't melt down far enough to fill the gap down here. So there's T21.23. That's a bull flag. T21.23 3-bar chart. Okay, still got some space between our rising 17 EMA and the price action. All right, where are we headed? And these are the all-time highs for T21.23 made in November of 2021. We are within striking distance of making new all-time highs for T21.23 right there. So that's where we're headed. FNGU indicator, all right? So this is price action for FNGU. So the market gapped up, FNGU gapped down, and if we go look at SPY, you'll see SPY gapped down, all right? See how SPY gapped down right there? So FNGU gap down. This is what I'm saying. You follow the FNGU, and it'll pretty much tell you where the SPY and the QQQ are going to go. Okay, doesn't matter what the other 7,000 stocks are doing. Those 10 are so heavily weighted in the FNGU that they jerk the market wherever it goes. So here's FNGU. Because of their heavyweights, this is where SPY goes, where QQQ goes. So here we are gapping down, and we just kind of melted up. While the market melted down, gapped up and melted down, FNGU gapped down and melted up. You see that? They got up over VWAP, and then they started to break the rubber band candle, and then they started to have clean, clear candles right over VWAP, indicating to me that money is coming into the market. All right, so that is a bullish scenario. Notice the gap down does not make a lower low. Okay, so price action does not make a lower low. What happens? We run up and we test the prior high. Okay, so you can see here it is. Price action gaps down, doesn't make a lower low. So from there, we come back up. Now we're going to test the high. So we melted up to test those highs. And now look at us now. We're up over this high from where we gapped down. And we're all the way back up here testing this high. Okay, so there's FNGU. That's market law number 4. Failure to make a lower low. Price action is going to go back up and test the prior high. So there's FNGU for you. All right, now let's take a look at a few other things here. Let's go back to my chart. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors. Just kind of keep track of everything that's going on. Okay, this is the SMH. This is one of the ones that led us out of that downtrend or that consolidation pullback that we had in the SPY in 2023. All right, so here's SMH. You can see here's SMH making in an uptrend. All right, because we took out this high right there. SMH in an uptrend. Yesterday's price action, high for yesterday, 229.24. High 229.25. So we got a lower high, lower low, but we closed over the bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA. Semiconductors still very bullish here. All right. So semiconductors still in an uptrend. So when semiconductors are in an uptrend, makes me want to go look at the XLK because that's our technology sector. All right. Now this kind of looks like it's just bull flagging here. But yesterday's price action, let's take a peek at it. We got a lower high, we got a lower low, but we closed inside a bullish trap over a relatively flat 17 EMA. So if you look at XLK, that's a nice big bull flag. XLK in an uptrend. I think this is winding up to really have a nice breakout. So there's XLK, all right? Definitely in an uptrend. Semiconductors still in an uptrend. All of the Fab 5 still in uptrends. Precious metals still in uptrends. The only thing that's not in an uptrend, I'll say it again, is nat gas. That's the only one. All right, so there's XLK. Let's take a look at our financials. So here's XLF. All right, yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap. Over rising 17 EMA, so there's XLF. Printing brand new all-time highs on Friday. This is Monday's price action. This little red doji. This is Friday's price action. Brand new all-time highs right up there. This was the prior all-time high. And here's price action spiking the all-time high, creating a new all-time high for XLF. Like to see it get up on top, close, and then J-hook up for higher highs. Okay, so there's XLF, still in an uptrend. Semiconductors, still in an uptrend. XLK, technology sector, still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XLI. These are our industrials. Okay, no question about it. It's still in an uptrend. Yesterday's price action. You can see here's Friday's price action for the XLI. Higher high, higher low, new all-time high for XLI Industrials right there. So market's in an uptrend. Okay, XLI for yesterday. This was Friday. This is yesterday. All right, lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. XLI Industrials in an uptrend. Let's take a look at our transports. All right, so here's the transports. And is this yesterday's price action candle? Wow. Transports printing a new all-time high yesterday. If that's not bullish, I don't know what is. All right, see that? Check that out. All right. Expanding volatility, got a lower low, but we also got a higher high to finish the day well into the green. Let's look back here and see if we can find anything higher than that. Yeah, that's a new all-time high. All right. So there's transports. Boy, that came off the radar. I missed that yesterday. Definitely in an uptrend. All right, closing above a bullish trap over a rising 17. A flat 17 EMA. Transports in an uptrend. Technology in an uptrend. Industrials in an uptrend. Financials in an uptrend. There's nothing bearish in this market except for nat gas. All right, so there's IYT. All right, so now let's take a look at our U.S. dollar index. Even the dollar index is in an uptrend. This is crazy. All right, so here's U.S. dollar index. All right, we were in an uptrend. All right, and then we made a lower high and a lower low, put us in a downtrend for it looks like probably about a month, from 214 to 315, 311, call it a month. All right, so here's a downtrend, and then we broke this lower high right here 2 or 3 days ago. Well, back on Thursday or Wednesday. Okay, so we broke this high. That puts us back into an uptrend. And of course, we're over the converging moving averages here. You've got the blue line is the 200. The gold line is the 50. And then we've got the 100 would be the orange line right there. So price action closing up over a flat 200 SMA. So there's the dollar index back in an uptrend. All right, max pain for today is 520, same thing it was yesterday. All right, for the earnings calendar, let's take a look at, where are we here? We're over here, Tuesday the 26th. Okay, so nothing really notable. There's some notable ones that you probably know the names in here. They're probably familiar with her, McCormick, and GameStop, Encino, some of the other ones. They're notables, but nothing here that's going to move the market relatively very far. Okay, so there it is for today. Nothing really notable market moving. For tomorrow, Cintas, not going to move the market, but it's good to watch. As well as Cintas, you want to watch that. Has employment numbers because they provide the uniforms for employees as well as stock the bathrooms and some of the other stuff that they do, the welcome mats. All right, so here's paychecks. They do the payroll for employees. All right, Carnival Corporation, you know what they do, cruise lines. All right, so, but nothing here, not really big enough to move the market. It's not like an Amazon or a Meta or an Alphabet, any of those, okay? So they're pretty good-sized companies, all right? Look at that. I mean, $64 billion, that's nothing to sneeze over, right? So nothing's going to move the market, but something you might want to keep an eye on. Thursday, all right? Nothing happening here. Walgreen Boots. That's it. Nothing happening here. So this is thousands, millions, billions. Okay, so Thursday, nothing notable there. Friday, we're closed, all right? And nothing notable happening there. Monday the 1st, April Fool's, nothing notable there. So it's going to be a light week as far as earnings go. Economic calendar. All right. So yesterday we had new home sales at 10. And Chicago Fed National Activity Index, 830. Didn't really move the market. Dallas Fed didn't move the market. Durable goods come out at 8:30 this morning. All right. That could move the market. Case-Shiller Home Price Index, 9 o'clock. That could move the market. FHA House Price Index. We didn't get one index. Let's have a second one to back up the first one. All right. So consumer confidence, that comes out at 10. That could move the market. Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index. Here's another index. All right. Home Price Index. Let's do a manufacturing index. That comes out at 10 too. All right. After that, relatively light day. For the most part, I don't expect a whole lot of change to come from durable goods, the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, consumer confidence. We already know what home prices, they're going up. All right. Inflation's hitting. You can't build a house like you could yesterday, right? Not for that price anymore. So there shouldn't be any too many surprises for the markets, okay? It's only when the markets are surprised, okay? When we as consumers are surprised, that doesn't count, okay? We're measuring anything that would surprise the markets, all right? So unless these are like way out of line, consumer confidence and durable goods, they're probably not going to, move the markets in a negative reaction. So for the most part, everything's still in an uptrend. So guess what? I'm still looking bullish for the rest of the day and throughout the week. All right. Nothing here is going to really change my mind about anything. So unless we start making lower lows and lower highs, right? That's what it all comes down to. All right. So here's Wednesday. All right. MBA mortgage applications. So we did a little home. We're going to do some home stuff over here. Now we're going to do the mortgage applications. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Petroleum report at 10:30, just like it is every Wednesday at 10:30. There's a petroleum report. Okay, we got a Fed speaker. Waller's going to speak, but for the most part, the big guy, okay, he already spoke, and FOMC already released their notes and their statement. Nothing's really going to happen unless, of course, somebody lets something out of the bag like, oh, we're going to raise rates because inflation's getting out of hand. Okay, inflation is going to continue to creep up. They may have to raise rates one time. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it, though. So, because they've got 3 rate cuts on the board for this year. And for the most part, we've already finished the first quarter. All right, so the first 3 months are out of the way. I would expect probably a rate cut, I don't know, at the end of the second quarter, maybe at the beginning of the third quarter, maybe one at the end of the third quarter, maybe one at the end of the year. Okay, we've already finished 3 months, all right, and they're planning for 3 rate cuts. Where are you going to put them? All right, they're just waiting for some good data so they can start doing rate cuts. In the meantime, nothing's really happening here. I'm still bullish on the market. Okay. All right, so here's Thursday. All right, this will be the last trading day for us this week. All right, this is the main event this week, GDP, right? 8:30 in the morning. Jobless claims at 8:30. Chicago PMI 945. Consumer sentiment at 10. More home sales index. All right, if we didn't get one index, we get another one. New home sales index here. Okay, let's have a fourth one. All right, so we got pending home sales. Oh, these are the pending home sales index. These are the new home sales. All right, so pending. These are ones that are pending. All right. All right. Then we got a natural gas report, like we do every Thursday at 10:30, and that's it for the rest of the day. All right. Then Friday we're off. All right. That's Good Friday. We're closed. The big guy's going to speak. But for the most part, there's nothing we can do. These could move the markets. This guy could move the markets, but the markets are closed, so we don't do anything probably till Monday. All right? So there you go. That's it right there for price action for today. So let's go down and look at SPY because SPY is gapping up this morning. So let's go look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, so we left yesterday with a 10-minute downtrend that failed to make a lower low. Go figure. I guess that's why we're gapping up this morning. I don't know why we're gapping up, but we were in a 10-minute downtrend that usually gets continuation. So we'll see what happens. So we gapped the gap this morning. I would probably expect us to actually fill the gap from the top side down instead of from the bottom side up. So we'll see what happens, all right? And then again, they could just rip it. We'll see what happens. We haven't taken out this high, but we haven't taken out this low. All right? So we're kind of stuck in the middle. So I think it's a good chance we come down and test 520.96, basically 521, and then see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, well, then we're coming back down here to test this low. That's it. That's the plan for this morning. All right. So I'll take questions in the room. All right. I want to thank everybody out there in video land for subscribing, leaving the kind comments. I love that. Everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook, thank you. And Rumble. Can't forget you guys. All right. So appreciate that. I'll take questions in the room. Until then, if not, I'll render my video.